Hello, third grade, and welcome to our reading skill for today. For the past 2 weeks, we have been looking at text structures, how texts are organized for the reader to help them better understand. We looked at chronological order, how it can be ordered in time, first, next, last. There can be dates that are ordering the text. And that is so then the author can describe a sequence of events or a list of steps. We also looked at compare and contrast when we are saying how two or more things are similar or different, and we use clue words like, unlike, similar, or on the other hand. We also use a Venn diagram to show the differences and similarities between two things. We also looked at cause and effect when something happens and then there is an effect because of that. The text explains events and the results of these events. We see keywords like because, consequently, this, or so, and those normally go in a circle. Because something happens, there's an effect, and then that affects something, and it's just a continuous cycle. Problem and solution is the other one we looked at, where the author describes a problem or an issue and how it was solved or how we could solve it. They use words like because, since, or this led to, and those are two things that link together. So we have a problem where things are not working the right way, and then the author gives you the solution. The last one we have not looked at, and we won't look very deep in because we read a lot of these, are descriptive. So that is just describing using adjectives in the whole text. When we're deciding the text structure, we always look at these four first, and if it does not fit those categories and it's only describing things about one topic, then it would be descriptive. On Class Cake today, I want you to write 2 to 3 clue words for each text structure we have learned about: chronological, cause and effect, problem and solution, and compare and contrast. For our activity today, we will be determining what type of structure these passages are. We now know the different 5. Now let's see if we can decide which one these are by using the clue words. As we read through the passages, we will highlight the clue words together and then fill out the chart above. We will do the first page together with these 2 passages, and on page 7 you will do on your own for those 2 passages. Let's go ahead and begin. Follow along with me as we are reading and highlight our keywords with me. Butterflies and moths. Both butterflies and moths have 4-stage life cycle: egg, larva, pupa, and adult. I know this word both is a key word for compare and contrast, but I need to make sure that it is comparing and contrasting the whole thing. So I'm going to keep reading. As caterpillars and moths and butterflies molt, shed their skin 4 to 6 times in order to grow, when a butterfly caterpillar moves into the pupa stage, it molts its skin a final time, revealing a green chrysalis underneath. This chrysalis starts off soft but gradually hardens. The butterfly goes through its metamorphosis from caterpillar to adult butterfly inside the chrysalis. On the other hand, I know that's another key word for compare and contrast. Most moth caterpillars don't form a chrysalis. Instead, another key word, they spin a protective case of silk threads around themselves. This silky case is called a cocoon. Once wrapped up inside its cocoon, the moth caterpillar molts its skin so its metamorphosis into an adult moth can begin. Once butterflies and moths emerge as adults, how can you tell them apart? Butterflies have smooth, thin bodies and long, thin antennas with balls at the tips. Moths have thick, fuzzy bodies with their antennae and are typically feathery. In general, butterflies have larger and more colorful wings than moths. At rest, butterflies hold their wings vertically, pointed up. Moths rest their wings out flat. Another clue as to whether a moth is a moth or a butterfly is the time of day. Butterflies usually are most active during the daytime, while moths are generally more active at night. So we are comparing two things, butterflies and moths. In each paragraph, it's saying how they are similar and different. Now, sometimes they don't give us all those keywords, but we can tell that they are talking about two things and comparing them. At the top, this text structure is compare and contrast. Pause the video if you need more time to type. The way I know is because they are comparing butterflies and moths. They use key words like both. On the other hand, there's one more I saw, and instead. Pause the video if you need to type this out. Now for our second passage, Life of a Genius. Stephen Hawking was born in 1942. Oh, I know dates have something to do with chronological, so if I see that more often, then that might be one. In Oxford, England. As a young child, he enjoyed taking apart clocks and radios to see how they worked. Stephen wasn't a very hard-working student, but he picked up concepts very quickly. Stephen wasn't a I lost my page. There you go. At age 17, he began attending Oxford University where he studied chemistry and physics. Upon graduating, he went to Cambridge University for postgraduate studies in cosmology, study of the universe. At age 20, okay, I'm seeing that it started at 1942, age 17, it's talking about something in order, talking about his life in order. Stephen started to stumble and drop things. His speech became slurred. Doctors diagnosed him with ALS, a disease which left him mostly paralyzed. His illness did not affect his brilliant mind. Stephen did not let his disability keep him from what he wanted to accomplish in life. He got married and had children. He went on to become a world-renowned physicist and best-selling author. His research and theories expanded our understanding of black holes and the universe. He was originally diagnosed. When he was originally diagnosed, doctors had given Stephen only 2 to 3 years to live. He ended up living another 55 years. 55 plus 21, how old did he live? On March 14th, 2018, that's another date, Stephen Hawking passed away at age 76. So I see that they are talking about his life in order. This, sorry, this is when he was a teenager, when he was in college, and then as an adult, talking about his life in order. So that tells me that this is in chronological order. That is the text structure. Go ahead and pause the video if you need to type this out. And I know this because the author tells about his life in order. Remember, whenever something is in order, you think chronological and sequence. Order means chronological or sequence. Chronological order, sequential order. Go ahead and type these out. Pause the video if you need to. Make sure you have everything highlighted that I have highlighted. For this page, look for the key words in each passage and then write them out. The directions are up at the top. You need to record your voice. Record yourself reading. That is going to be for a point. Record yourself reading. Then you have your points for each section, and then using the keywords that are highlighted. Once you are finished with this page, there are two passages, the human wall and soccer ball secrets. Then you can continue with the rest of the activities for today.